guys, welcome back to another episode of
Mothers with Voices.
Today we are going to talk about postpartum depression and how we felt, and Hamika's going to give us some stats and some information on mothers who deal with postpartum and things like that.
So, according to articles online, first-time mothers younger than 25, and mothers of twins are at higher risk of postpartum depression, according to a survey done of more than 1.1 million moms worldwide. Some risk factors of PPD are isolation and lack of social support, death of a loved one, and finances. There are a few types of There are three types of postpartum depressions. We have postpartum blues, postpartum depression, and then we have postpartum psychosis. A little bit later on, I'm going to give you guys some more information, just leading into like the different signs and risk factors of each of those three things that I just named.
I feel like I am still going through postpartum. I prepped myself for this episode like all week, and I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, I wasn't gonna get emotional, but it is a never-ending battle with me. Like, I really am tired, like, and I'm fucking tired. Like, I am fucking at my end. And I think people just like kind of overlook it. People be like, oh, I'm here for you, I'm there for you, but nobody never like call and check in. Nobody like take the time to slow down and say, what do you need? Everything is about the baby this, the baby that, and I never thought I would like feel this way. I never ever thought I would feel this way, because I got my family, like my community is there, but my community got their own lives that they gotta live. And I feel like I had to put my life on hold, that I'm okay with that because I'm his mom, and nobody else is gonna mother my child like I can mother him and parent him like but it is so freaking hard, and this is why I made it. This is why I made this platform. Because I never thought it would be this tough for me. Like, every day is a battle, like, just trying to wake up and push myself through. And seeing him, of course, I love my baby. I would never change anything about it, but it is hard. Nobody talks about it. Nobody, they just make it seem like, oh, you're the mom. You have to do this, or you have to,
It's your job.
It's my job. It is my job, but it is hard. It is hard, and I just wanted to make this platform so moms could understand, and moms have a safe place to like sit and to talk and to laugh and joke. But it's hard, and it's not an easy thing to get over. It's not like you don't get over it tomorrow. Like, it's really something that you have to push through and you have to press through. And I really just had to like express that. I really don't express that. I just keep it bottled in, and I just push on, and I just do what I have to do. But it is hard, especially when somebody's whole well-being is like centered on your life. You have to worry about everything. If they sick, if they hungry, what they gotta eat today, it's a lot. It is not easy. People think, oh, mother just stay home all day. I don't sit down once. Cause even when he napping, I'm up doing stuff
that you couldn't do.
I never rest. I'm never getting rest. So I think people think, oh, she just home all day. I can't catch up on those shows. I barely can catch up on social media because he always needs me. It's never a moment that I am not needed.
You get to breathe for yourself too.
Never. I can't go to the restroom because he is busting the door open looking for me. I went and took a break for 10 minutes yesterday, and I sat in my living room, and I heard him yelling, "Mommy, where are you? Peekaboo!" And I really wanted to hide. I wanted to hide from my baby. And Terrible Twos is kicking my tail. Like, it really is. But I just really feel like I had to express that. Like, I was holding it in. Like, and I kept telling myself, I'm not gonna cry. I ain't cried none of these episodes. My eyes got teary, but I am tired. I'm tired. And mothers don't want to say it, but I don't care how anybody feels. I am.
Mothers are saying it.
I think they started to say it even
Yes,
more.
they are saying it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you say it, they try to tell you that you hate your
They
kid.
minimize
I never said I hate that baby.
What my mom.
I said I don't like this hood that I'm in, aka motherhood. It's a little ghetto. But I love my kid, and I would not change it or her for the world. But
You have your days.
You have your days. And I really, like, I commend my mother. When you see parents that did it with more than one
Oh
child.
my God.
Girl.
And went to work. And I'm like, what times was y'all in that y'all didn't just break
Like,
it?
I see why I used to get cursed out for not taking
Oh,
care of
yeah. I'm not even mad anymore.
Now I see why my mother said you giving me back talk, and I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, and I'm working, I'm doing all this stuff. I see.
Mm-hmm.
And before I had to say, oh, it is not easy.
And he only 2. Now imagine when he get even older, and you really gotta feel those things. And it's like you never prepared for it, because how could you be? Like, how could you really be prepared for every stage in life?
You can't.
And your moms, yes, they was amazing examples, but her journey isn't gonna be
And our
yours.
mothers were tired.
They were.
Think about it. I remember sometimes my mom would come in the house and we would say hi to her, and she didn't even have enough strength to say hi back.
And my mom stayed home for a while with us, and I love that for her. She stayed home for a long time with me and my siblings. But you never realize how broken down she was from it was 3 of us.
It was always mine. I need some sneakers.
She needs to prepare us for school, get us ready for school. Now, while we at school, she cleaning up, she cleaning the house, cooking, making sure we got dinners, making sure our laundry. Like, it's a never-ending like cycle. And I guess the dads be like, oh, well, I'm going to work, and it's like, oh, work was easy for me. It was easy when I got up and I went to work and I came home. It was tiring too, but having a little person every second, all you hear is just footsteps, and you just like, Dad, what they need now?
Make you want to change your name, man.
And you know what's so funny? Because, like, me and you we're stay-at-home moms.
Yes.
And I feel like most times it's like this stigma with stay-at-home moms is like, we just living it up.
No.
Like, oh, you know, they at home, they don't gotta go to work. That's everyone's dream. And sometimes I'm like, I think I'd rather have probably went to work.
Maybe if I was rich with a nanny.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's the real
Rich
stay-at-home
with a
moms.
nanny. That's the
The
real
ones that
one.
got the nanny.
She can get up. She has a
stay-at-home
chauffeur.
moms that don't have
And I
that.
think it's women who watch the stay-at-home moms who have the nanny who just
Think that's what it is.
And it's not
Man,
that
I
life.
was ready to go back to work when Zori was like 2 months old. I promise you, because the thing is, I didn't work my whole pregnancy. Some people work up until I found out I was pregnant February 12th. February 12th, I no longer had a job. So I was, the whole time I was pregnant, and then 10 months, for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, you will.
2 years I was at home. Like, I was at home 2 years,
I've been
y'all.
home for 2 years and maybe like 6 months now.
People
I
forget
was
about
a Kadri. Well, he about to turn 4 in July. So
you.
I've
Yeah,
been
people forget
home
about you.
and they forget about
They
you.
forget about you.
Life goes
And then the
on.
only time they call you is when they need something from you. Like, I became the babysitting friend,
Wow.
and I don't like that. Invite me out. Like, of course I'm gonna watch your kids, because I would rather y'all sit
somebody
back
else
and
making me a
sit
babysitter and I'm a babysitter all day.
This is what I'm saying.
I would lose
Like-
my mind. I wish Nicole would be like, when I'm dropping my body, and I'm gonna say, well, where I'm supposed to go?
And that's what people were doing. Like, people have done to me. And it's like, at first I was looking at it as a badge of honor. Like, oh, my friends trust me with their kids. Until I stopped getting invited out, and I said, "Oh, it's not that they trust me with their kids only. It's just that
they need you to
They need you to watch them because they don't live their life."
Exactly. No, sorry.
Listen, I pushed through. That first year was tough for me though. But the second year, I started to say, "Wait a damn minute now! Like I gotta get out of this because everything is going. Life is passing me by, and I'm just still home with the baby, and that's okay." But I need outlets and I need things that work for me. And I stopped breastfeeding, guys, after 2 years. I felt amazing about it. But I had to kick homeboy off. I was literally
that was the biggest thing that was limiting you from kind of.
Literally, like I'm in a bed and it's somebody like, I can't turn because he's saying milk in the middle of the night. I had to cut him off and I felt so bad. Nicole was like, it's okay. My sister was like, Tans, it don't matter. Like, the CDC, they recommend like 6 to 12 months. Like, you did amazing. And I'm like, I feel bad. Like, my baby got out. I don't care anymore. I don't. You know what I mean? I never thought I would get to
You'll keep on
But
saying.
think about it like this, like with me, the problem that I have with breastfeeding is that I was like basically forced to stop because of I had the blood clot in my lungs. So because of the medication I was taking, I couldn't breastfeed anymore. So I only was able to do a month before they said,
and
okay,
that's
you can't.
But
do
let me tell you
anymore.
something. As somebody who thought I was gonna go 3 beautiful long layers, no, you would have been tired because
I believe it because I was once it really started like coming out a lot, I just felt like a cow. So I was getting sad. Yeah, I was sad. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this.
It's like when he seen me, it was like, oh, take it out, milk. He got, like, we be in church and we be sitting there, he like, oh, mommy, milk. And it's like, he didn't know social cues, nothing. It was like, whenever he was hungry, and I get it. Because when you're hungry, you feed yourself. And that's what, but I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bond. Yeah. It's very, very, like, sacred. And it's between you and your child. But, baby, it's time consuming. It wears your body down also. And a lot of people like to say, oh, you know, if you breastfeed, you lose the weight. No, that's not everybody. I want to come and say that that's not everybody.
Oh, but I did. For the month that I did it, I really did lose the weight.
Yeah, but you had just had the baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, after that month when everything started to go back to normal, baby, you know I'm losing weight. I gained weight and it make you hungry constantly. Oh, yeah. You're constantly hungry because you burning the cat. I was like, Zedekiah, that's it for you, my love. It's be kicking you off the island.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, with me, I felt like I wanted to do it long, but I also wasn't, he didn't latch on to me. So I always pumped. Okay. So I pumped and stored the milk. Freedom, yeah, so I never felt like completely locked down about it. With me, I think my biggest problem, it wasn't that I couldn't breastfeed, it was that I couldn't work. Because for me, I did hair. So that was my outlet to be able to communicate with people and meet new people. So then, like, the pandemic stopping me from doing that, and then the beginning of motherhood stops you from doing it too. So one day I was like, somebody wrote me and they said, I just need you to put a wig on my daughter real quick. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Maybe this is my start back, right? So I'm hyped or whatever. It's just me and Kai home though. So now this is where I lost my mind. Why did I think that I could do motherhood but in my mind I'm like, well, the Africans do it. They be having their this and their that. I'm just putting a wig on. You know, like that's how I was feeling. So I was really feeling motivated, right? So right before the girl gets here, Kai just starts having like this fit, crying and everything, right? And then the girl buzzing the bell. So now this is all happening at once. He crying, backyard again singing, and she ringing the bell, her mother calling the phone. And you know what I did? I went in the closet and sat in the closet and just started yelling. And I was like, I made a mistake, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I started like panicking. I was like, I don't want to do it. You know, and then something in me was like, girl, that girl downstairs. You gotta do it now. So I wiped my face, I strapped Kai on me, and I went downstairs and got her. And then I did her hair. She was so happy, but I wasn't. And I was like, you're not ready. I was like, you're not ready, girl. It's all right. You're a good stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, it's okay. Not ready, but when you're ready,
it's
you know too, and you know when you're ready. You definitely know when you're ready. Cause remember the first, you was like, you want to go on vacation for during her birthday, and I was like, I'm not ready.
Well, that was me just being nice, because I knew you wasn't going nowhere. I'm like, listen, in the beginning, you want that invitation. You want people to want you around. And I was like, I know how I felt not even being able to go anywhere. So I was like, I'm not going to not tell her to come. I'm going to encourage her to come and everything. But I knew she wasn't. No, I'm like, you're going to go nowhere.
I'm like, I don't want to leave my baby. Yeah. The dad went on vacation with his cousins and everything. And then it was just, and that's when things started to dawn on me. And you know, I guess I sat and I talked to my therapist and I'm like, you know, maybe I got some kind of resentment. Like, you know, he gets to still live his life, and I know that my baby is gonna be this small only for, you know, once. It's never gonna be this age again. But it's like I almost resent it because it's like I lived this freedom before this baby. I got to get up and go. I didn't have to answer anybody. I can come and go as I please. And this is not, having to be at the club. This is just going to the store.
Getting your nails done. You don't want to take your baby and nails
happy.
Okay, every payday I took myself, I said, before I pay bills, I buy myself something. I did that every payday. Now I have to wait on everybody else's time and everybody else to move. And I don't think people understand how that feels. Yes. Because when you go from just doing everything yourself and you have to wait on someone else hand and foot, it is a disgusting feeling. And people, at least you got someone to ask.
No. That's literally why.
I'd rather have no one to figure it out than to sit and wait.
Yes.
I had Zori's dad or whatever, but her first birthday was coming. I literally got a job August 20th. Zori's first birthday was October 14th. I got a job a month and a half before because I knew that I wanted to throw my baby her first party. And the thing is, he's going to give me the money but I don't want to sit and wait. I gotta sit and wait 2 hours for
You
somebody
gotta
to answer the
tell
phone.
them exactly what you need or why you need it for this and what it's for. When you used to just saying, click, I'm buying this. Click, I'm doing this.
Exactly, because when you sit and think about it, me and my sisters, we got Zori $400 cake and cupcakes and all that. If I'd have told my baby, fuck, that man would have, he'd have said, here go $200 and figure it out.
Figure it out.
You feel me?
You better go to Costco's.
Okay, shop right.
And get some confetti and you figure it out.
That's literally why I went back to work when Zori was 10 months old, because I'm like, yo, my baby, I want a job. I was like, I want to do things with my baby, and I don't want to keep having to ask him for nothing. It's not that he was saying no. It's just that I'm not used to asking.
And I think dads don't get that. It's not that I know you're gonna provide for your kid,
right,
but I want to do things on my own. I like to go and come and go as I please,
right.
And now I have to go and getting a little person ready. Getting a little person ready and you, and that's not, forget a regular day. Let's talk about makeup and hair and prepping and what you, getting a little person ready and you. Now by the time you get them ready, you done sweat out your baby hairs. Your
that's
makeup
why I do
is
nothing until I get Zori together.
well, she's bigger now.
And I still have to get her together.
Really? So
I don't think it really ever ends.
Really?
Think about how old we was when our mother
was
still having to get us.
But you know what? It was more of us.
Yeah.
So I helped with the other kids. So I guess, that load was a little easier.
Yeah.
But I get him, I do like I bathe him, pajamas, everything, like, or underclothes. And then I go get ready, and then I put his clothes on last.
Yeah. So he don't get hot and agitated and stuff.
Now, if I put hot clothes on, he's like, oh, we out? So I can't get him ready before me.
That's a new trick. We put the coat on, he ready to zoom out the door. We supposed to be out the door.
I'll be like, Donnell, you get him ready. I'm gonna go get myself. I'll be like, that's just the one task I'm not doing. I'm not doing it. Yeah.
I need to use that.
That's it. Anytime we going somewhere, I don't be getting car dressed.
But you know what it is? I just
make Donnell do it.
Because I want my baby to be all greased up and oiled down and stuff.
Oh, I do that before we walk out. But the getting dressed and stuff, no.
Maybe I need to.
I go over the outfit though. I make sure.
Right, everything matches. Everything. Zori is 7, and she will walk past her father and come to me. Right?
That's most
kids. Because mothers just do things a certain way.
You didn't even attempt to act your father.
I know, but it's like the way I put on the Vaseline, the daddy don't do it the way I do.
I understand that, but
get in the crevice of the.
Now I might just forget and kind of go outside crusty. So I'm there to oversee.
Yes, oversee.
But I don't want to do it. I want to go and I want to flat on my hair.
I definitely
I feel like putting on the
right. And us as mothers, sometimes we don't even get included. Zori has so many pictures, and y'all would think that I'm a deadbeat mother because y'all don't never see me in the pictures.
Oh, my phone is full of the baby.
I'm the one that's taking the pictures.
I'm barely in the pictures.
They don't throw me in the pictures.
We just did a photo shoot.
How many off guards you see of me and Kai?
Right.
Where I don't look like a bum.
Listen,
it's so hard.
Girl,
it's not there.
It's so hard.
They didn't prep me for this. They didn't prep me for this.
I don't think
I don't think so either though. I remember saying, I want to be a mom one day, and I thought it would be so easy, breezy, beautiful couple.
I know it was easy.
But the thing about it is, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I also didn't think that I was going to lose a couple screws.
Nicole, they probably was already.
They was loose. Somebody was already twisting them.
Yeah.
And then I lost some of the screws, and some of them is loose. And I'm like, how?
The baby got the screws shaking.
Yo, you playing nice in the room.
The baby got the screws.
How can I stress out?
I be there am I losing my mind?
No, and it really will make you like we laughing, but I know we've had days where we cried because we was like, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?
I was in my mother. This is when I lived at my mother's house. I was in my mother's bathtub and I'm taking a bath or whatever. And the water's just running on me. And I'm just like, oh, I remember having a baby. And I'm just crying. And I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my God.
Crap.
And then I realized it wasn't even me. It was my baby daddy. It wasn't even me. He pissed me off to the point that I regretted not having a baby with him. I just regretted the whole situation.
The whole situation. I be thinking and what kind, I be saying maybe I should have waited a couple of more years. Right. It's like, girl, you would have been older and more tired. So I'm glad you did it in your 30s because you would have been older. Then it's like, if you did it younger, then you wouldn't have had freedom either. So it's like
we only 30 whatever.
30
right?
something, like Sister said.
But I would say, I do believe we lived fulfilled.
Yeah.
We've had the fun we wanted to have.
I went to school.
I believe that, but then it's almost like you get a kid and you're like, nah, I ain't live enough. No, like,
but then you start feeling like you want to show them things.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
me.
But then it's like women that's 40 years old and they're living their best lives. So and they have kids. I get it, but
it kind of shows you that there's a rainbow.
It is, and then you have to get over that hurdle.
Yes.
It's like you gotta get over, it. And it's just like, but pushing through is tough because when you got a baby pulling and screaming and kicking and terrible tools, I'm telling y'all, I did not know it was as bad as people said it is.
No, it is.
He's sock. Remember, he was a precious little sweet baby. Now he's telling me, no, stop it, mommy, you stop. Like, and I'm just looking like. And I said I was going gentle parent, but I'm thinking twice about it.
Because he's not a gentle baby, you know.
And then after he comes to me like, oh, mommy, I love you. I miss you too. And I'm like, I never said I miss you. You're lying.
You ain't been gone long enough.
She said, listen. But I am going to lie to you. And even when I take him somewhere else or somebody watch him, I still think about this baby 24/7. What he doing? Are they treating him right? Is he okay? Is he... So it's hard. It's like it's literally like a scale. Like I need a break. You get the break, and then you thinking about the baby 24/7. So it's just like
I was about
to say Zuri is older.
Yes.
So like Yamika, I think now you probably really are in a no. Give me my break.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? My kid don't bother me. Like okay, she
does
bother me. She does bother me, but like I'd rather her not. Like right now, she's on spring break. We don't gotta get up early in the morning. We having the time of our lives. Yeah. It's when we gotta get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
That's what I'm not prepared for.
When I gotta get up early in the morning.
I am not prepared for.
I gotta get
breakfast.
School. She know how to get dressed. She's still not putting moisturizer on her face. It's wintertime face.
I am not ready for this.
I'm there now.
She's fully trained on how to get herself dressed.
I'm not ready for
and everything, and I still gotta go.
I'm an early bird. I'm an early bird. I get up at 5 a.m.
I don't know. All the women in my family is early birds. I know it's except me. I'm the exception.
Oh no,
but
since we were young,
I don't want to wake up.
I'll be spending the night at this girl house. She be sleeping. I be up at 5 a.m. just looking around. Well,
I don't got it in me, and I feel you looking at me. I'm still not getting up.
I know you want me to wake up. I'm not getting up. It's something.
I'm like, that's me, Nicole. I'm gonna go get something.
Yeah, go get something.
I like once I finally sleep. I love it.
Yes,
because I'm a light sleeper.
I'm a sleepy girl. Now y'all know I go to bed about 8, 9 o'clock. I'm tired. I see you guys in the sleep.
So now imagine being a sleepy girl and then you get up, yes, and he's ready to go. Like now Kai started school, so he's ready to go. When he was 2 and we was dealing with the terrible twos, that was like my toughest time with him. Yeah. Like a lot of people, oh, it's okay, it's alright.
He's so cute.
Yeah, but it's like you don't see, you don't see it because why? Because I'm most of the time I'm alone.
I took him to the library, with him. He threw a fit because I didn't let him take the train book that we had for 3 weeks already. That he paid no attention to when it was in the house because he has a library of books.
Like who embedded to get crazy when they turn?
And he wants to go kicking. You see little Timberlands in the air, and everybody just shaking their head. And I'm looking at them like you can tell he's a little baby, right? But I get it. It's a library, and people is in there doing their work and stuff. But this boy I said shows his black tail.
They have quiet rooms in the library. The libraries are literally made for children.
You know what? I forgot about quiet rooms.
Yeah, the libraries are literally made for children. So if somebody is frowning up their face at a child throwing a tantrum in the library, they don't need to be in the library.
Yeah. Mean people. They were being mean to me and my baby.
Before I give you guys like a little glimpse into my PPD, journey, I just want to give you guys some more that information that I had found. Okay, so postpartum blues, it occurs in 50 to 85% of women within the first few weeks of delivery. It has been reported that it is less feelings of sadness and more of anxiety, irritability, and tearfulness. Like just randomly crying and breaking down and you're not understanding why. Right after you have a baby, you probably have PP blues. Now, PPD emerges within the first 2 to 3 months, but it can occur anytime after delivery. Some women can experience mild symptoms during pregnancy. The symptoms include depressed, sad moods, feelings of guilt, feelings of worthlessness or incompetence, fatigue, and a change in appetite. Those days where you're just feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough for my baby, whole time your baby don't do nothing but sleep. Yeah, when your baby only be up for 2-3 hours a day and you still feel like you're not doing enough, that's what that sounds like. And then we have postpartum psychosis, and this one is, when I say near to me, I didn't experience postpartum psychosis, but when I hear certain stories, I can always tell that mom probably is suffering from this. So postpartum psychosis is the most severe form of postpartum psychiatric illnesses. It occurs in every 2 per 1,000 women after childbirth. It presents itself as bipolar illness, restlessness, irritability, and insomnia, disorientation, erratic and disorganized behaviors, along with hallucinations. So when you like hear those moms and like you think that you claim you label them as normal women before, and then they start saying the wildest things and having the wildest erratic behaviors, that's probably what they're suffering from, some type of psychosis. This one is a little because it's like the risk for this is infanticide and suicide. So pretty much a woman either killing herself or her children or child. That's why when you hear those stories on the news about like a woman and she just had a baby a year ago and like she killed her baby and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, that's what they're suffering from, and they have no support or no one told them that this can happen and stuff like that. So leading into my postpartum, lasted a very long time. My postpartum lasted about...
You know what? You didn't. That's what I meant to ask you. From what age? When is it over? Because they usually say postpartum usually ends at 2 years old for 2 years. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say mine lasted for 2 years.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
okay, my baby too. So I
mine
still feel
lasted.
Like,
the rainbow is coming.
Mine lasted, and then it turned into other things. But yes. So with my postpartum, I was going through a lot because like me and my mom. We have a good relationship, but we also have a strained relationship at the same time. So as I was dealing with things, my mom was my biggest support. But then, like, we were also dealing with our issues. Like, me and my mom could never get along when we lived in the same house. So she was supportive as a grandmother, but then as a mother. And mommy, when I say this, I mean no disrespect to you. I'm just telling my experience, mom. But like, she still had her same ways with me. And I had a fear of like my child seeing my mom argue with me or my mom disrespecting me, and she feeling like those behaviors are okay for me to do to her to do with me, even her to do to her grandmother. Because one thing I don't play about Zori disrespecting, because you just heard my mother on the phone about how much she spent for that iPad. So I don't play that or whatever. But and at one point in time, I had to go into the shelter. So with me being in the shelter, having a new baby, Zori was a year old. She had literally, her first birthday was like October 21st, her first birthday party. Maybe like a week later or 2 weeks later, we went to the shelter.
Wow. And
And I told her father, I was like, I'm not going to no shelter with no 1-year-olds. Not happening. I'm not doing it by myself. So I'm gonna need you to pack your stuff up from your mom's house and let's go.
Not you made him homeless. How you gonna do that with somebody?
Because moms be homeless with this baby by myself. Please.
You know what? Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's
My
go.
two. Let's go.
now we all homeless.
Period. Because
No, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we all finna be homeless today.
right. And it was really hard because like I'm sitting there, me and him were both working. So we both working 40 hours. So I'm working overnight at Target. He's working in the daytime at Green
okay.
or whatever.
At least you had a system.
Yeah, so we had like a system and everything like that, but it was just so hard because we ended up breaking up. He ended up leaving or whatever. So now, but he didn't leave his kid. What he did was like he left the shelter. So, but it just so happened that the shelter we was in was like 5 blocks away from his job. Okay. So in the morning time when he used to get off of work, he would meet me downstairs. I would drop her to him, and then I would go back upstairs and get ready and stuff like that. But it was still hard because like when you in shelter, people don't. First of all, I was smarter than half you heifers there, okay? And I was making more money than half you heifers that was there. But when you get in the shelter, they treat you like you are bottom of the barrel, like you don't know nothing, and that's really hard when you fighting to get something for your kid, and you try not to curse people out. Like it was really, they made me feel so low and so bad a lot of times, and that's what prolonged My PPD was us going into the shelter. I think if I would have stayed at my mom's house, it would have. Never mind. It might have worsened. Never mind. But yeah, so that was my PPD experience. It was way more or whatever. We'll get into that maybe in another episode where we just talk about like different stories that happened. But I got over it. It took me a while to get over it because my postpartum turned into a whole different type of depression. It's not funny, y'all. I keep laughing at my own trauma.
Sometimes you laugh at it.
Especially when you got through it, you can do it.
Because you sit back and think like, God damn, what was you?
Yeah.
Not you boo-hoo crying on the toilet.
In the shower randomly. Random crossbows.
And I'm glad that I made it through, honestly. I'm glad that I made it through. And Tiffany, you're going to make it through. I'm telling you. And
I don't have a choice.
You really don't.
You don't have a choice. That's true. But you got. I know you say you know you have support, but I don't think you really know. Like I think when you say support, you just keep saying my family is there. But I remember I had a conversation with you because I felt like it was at a point where we both were struggling so hard, and neither of each other knew.
Literally, we was silent about it.
And when we finally did say something, I said, why don't we lean on each other more? Why do we always just go on like nothing is wrong?
Like and go like, hey, and then
we meet up with each other and laugh and act like nothing is wrong.
And then one day I just told her like, I don't like this, and she was like, I'm like, I hate staying home all day. I'm like, I gained all this weight, and she was like, I know, I remember you. Like I literally took my time and I worked out and I got my body to exactly where I wanted it, and I got pregnant. And then for, people to make you feel like, oh, you gained all that weight. It's like, I've carried a child. Like, I fed a child with my body. Like, the weight is not going to drop off. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not on social media. I live in real time.
They act like we wasn't big before. Like,
yeah.
But
I was big, bodacious with a nice flat.
No,
tell me,
he was. You know what I'm saying?
But baby,
it's the thing of why would you say that to me after I had a baby? Knowing that I was big, my hope.
People ain't see me after, because remember the pandemic, and then I had my baby like right after the pandemic, so I wasn't taking my baby. So when people see me, I remember one of my homegirls, she was like, yeah, you did get big. And I was saying there like,
you should have popped them.
I was going to say, you wouldn't be a homegirl no more.
I couldn't believe it. And then, when your significant other not making you feel, they might not be saying, oh yeah, you got fat, but when you're not making me feel like I'm the prettiest girl in the world, what happens? But you know who I always got on my mama? Because Linda, she gonna say, listen, if you don't like it, we gonna get up and go fix it. We're gonna go to the gym, we gonna do what we get. She has always, and I know that I do have a support system, but it's just like, that's what I be saying, my support system work. My support system is living their life, and I can't keep putting everything on them because they got so much stuff. So I don't want to be that person like, hey, I need you again, because
y'all all each other.
Right, I was going to say that, because
y'all help each other where y'all can.
In this, hi, Miss Linda. Think about all the times you had to, when your mom and your dad was at work, and you had to
watch the babies,
be there for your mom. You get what I'm saying? You had to be your mom's big girl,
and
that's what she always called you. She called you
a big girl
because you always handled the things that she couldn't in that moment.
And I'm just like,
so that's just your reparations. That's just
I told her, and she was like, why you ain't tell me this? And I'm just like, I don't know. She's like, you don't be feeling sad and damn, a baby ain't the end of the world. We gonna get through this. And she's just aggressive, but it's like aggression, but in a loving way.
I also think our parents are like, they just from a tougher generation.
Yes, they is.
I think all our mothers was born in like the same.
The Coke era?
No, I think our mothers was born in the 60s.
Oh, see,
my mother was born in 1960.
Yeah. So they was born. They was just built tougher than us.
Yes,
because
when
I finally called my mom
women.
and I was like crying and yelling, she was like, Nicole, calm down. And I'm like, but I don't want to do this. And I'm like just hysterical, and she's like, okay, we gonna figure it out.
And
like,
exactly.
like we gonna.
And sometimes you just need to hear that. Like,
yes, and then when you sit down and you realize, like, yo, my mother's my mother, and my grandmother's, and your grandmother Nicole.
No, let me tell you. Sometimes I just look up in the air and I'm like, Grandma, give me the strength, because I really be feeling like I sometimes I just feel weak. Yeah. Like like you said, you always sometimes may feel like you're not doing your best when literally you're doing all you can.
And you're doing
I'm doing the best of what I got.
Literally.
Like and you don't see it, and sometimes if you have the people that's always constantly telling you you're doing great, I think it'll feel different. But I feel like these days people treat moms like, well, that's what you gotta
do. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. But sometimes
I can give them to the government.
I guess I need my words of affirmation.
Like, let's people don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
Some women is giving their kids away and
Because
letting the
they
state take
stress.
care of them.
Yeah.
Right. It
Okay.
might not be the best choice.
So no,
but
this is not what I have to do. No, I chose to do it because I made this baby.
I wanted to be a mom.
But baby, yes, give me my props as much as you can. That's gonna push me
You just
to
need a high
another
five
day.
every now and again.
And you know what? Actually, we need to let that viral clip play
Right.
so the people can
Yes.
see. Because honey, this baby, she spoke nothing but truth.
Yeah,
all
we
right?
have a viral clip from her Instagram is @KittyJRose, and it really spoke to us, so we wanted to have a little conversation on that real quick.
Say this to the men so y'all can better understand what's really going on with us women. We are mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually exhausted in motherhood, okay? The domestic labor falls on us, and we know that society goes by traditional roles, so a lot of the household deeds fall on the women. But for us we constantly have to be attentive to what our children need when they're sick, when they look like they're about to become sick, their education, their emotional well-being, them learning, their coping skills. This is all of everything that we are paying attention to. On top of loving our children, we're trying to find spaces to be able to love ourselves.
Girl, I felt like that was a Bible hug. Because she spoke exactly how I felt. Like, what people might think, oh, she complaining about, she spoke exactly how I felt. Like, everything she said, I'm always cleaning, I'm picking up after 2 people, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everything that she spoke was like facts. Nothing that she said was wrong, like, at all.
I shook my head the whole time.
And let me say
Like,
something.
amen, like you was at church, right? Amen.
Like, one of the reasons why I broke up with Zori's dad is because of codependency, right? We were so codependent on each other. I was codependent on him financially, and he was codependent on me mentally. Now, when I say financially, I had my own job, but I used to just spend my money and be like, oh, her father will give me Right. But this is when he was my man, and he was my father.
It was different. It was your man.
I knew that even if I spent my whole check, he gonna give it back. But then it goes from codependency with that man to codependency with his kid. But it's a different. She has nobody else to depend on. Well, she has other family and stuff like that. And it's a lot sometimes because it just be like, bro, like I have to get up and make and the thing is, I always tell her, I'm like, when I ask you to do simple tasks, I need you to do them because I ain't never gonna ask you to get up and cook a meal. I'm never gonna ask you to get up and do your laundry. I'm never gonna ask you to get up and, well, not never, but in this,
not now.
She got about 7 years before she could start cooking in my house and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like it went from a codependency with me and her father to a codependency with me and her, and this has made me realize I do not like codependency. It makes me feel smothered. It makes me feel trapped. Like, to have people depending on me to think for them.
That's tough.
Bro, I'm just like, because what if something go wrong? Y'all gonna be like, you ruined my life. So
No,
it's like, no, I don't want, don't
I got
don't
this little
depend on me.
person depending on me. I don't need nobody else right now.
I don't need nobody else depending on me because if I make one messed up decision, it'll ruin my child's life. And I don't think people realize
And
that.
how stressful is that?
How
That's why
stressful
it's
is
like,
it?
that's why, like Tiffany said, like that video was like a sermon. Because it's like all of that on one person's heart, on one person's mind. And this, like, for me, I have like, you know, Kai's dad is like, he's amazing. He's like really hands-on. I'm not like feeling like I have to always wash the dishes. I have to wash the clothes. I have to clean. I don't feel that way. I think with me, my stresses just came from just always being home with him while his dad brought home the bacon. You know what I mean? So it always felt like I had to deal with the tantrums and the sicknesses and like I became so like scared of him being sick that if he doing anything that remotely looks like it's gonna make him sick, I'm like, are you gonna stay home with him when he gets sick? Like I just lose it, and I'm like, don't do that. Put his hat on. Do it. But it's because I'm like just preparing myself. Like I don't want it because I'm gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to force the medicine, and he latches onto me when he's sick, and then I can't use the bathroom. I can't get a bottle of water. I can't do, and it's like it sounds so minimal, but when it's happening to you, you feel like you're gonna snap.
Yes, because it's not minimal, Nicole. Like having somebody depend on every little thing for you is just like
breakfast, lunch, dinner, medicine, everything.
Like you can't. And the thing is, y'all babies are still young.
Yes.
Mine is 7, almost 8, so there's things that she can do for herself or whatever. But I just be telling her sometimes, I be like, baby, you gotta understand, like, mommy has to already do a lot of stuff. I just need your help just a little bit, cause I don't want my child. I don't have no other children, so there's no reason why no child should be parentified anyway. But I have no other children, so she shouldn't be parentified in the first place, cause I'm only taking care of her. But I just be like, baby, you gotta give mommy a second, girl. I'm like, like, please.
I can't say that to them.
Yeah,
because they're so
they're still so
He be
young.
busting at the open.
And I don't think people realize, that's why I taught Zori certain things. Zori knows the routine of getting up, brush your teeth, wash your face. She knows that. Zori knows how to make little minimal things for breakfast. She knows how to pop her. I don't have a microwave or a toaster, so she knows how to pop the little waffles and stuff into the oven. She knows how to turn it on. You gotta, like, it's little things that I had to teach her to alleviate my stress.
Yes.
Because nobody else gonna do it for me.
Do it. No,
Nobody else.
I can't wait till they get to that age and I can teach him.
Right.
He know how to put stuff in the garbage, y'all.
Oh
my God,
he taking his own pampers to the garbage.
You know that's what he doing.
Let me show you what Kai do.
Oh yeah, he thought you was the man.
I'm done.
I see you with your man.
I see hey May. Hey May. Like
He
that.
said,
I need the shirt. Hey May, because that's what he does. But we know Kai's, he's on a special spectrum.
That's true too, but he know.
Sweet baby.
He said my mommy gonna pick it
Yeah,
up.
but he knows I'm gonna rub behind him with them fries on my floor.
No, he know you're gonna do it.
Yeah, like he knows I'm gonna do it, and I can see it in him. Like, so it's like right now we like are working like just to teach him daily things. These are things you gotta do. Autism is no excuse for not knowing how to throw this in the box.
That do the same thing.
No, for real.
That do the same
I feel like I be
thing.
turning into my grandma. That don't mean nothing.
You're not lying.
Like, that don't mean nothing.
Why
feel
you
like
think you taught him?
when we first found out, we were like, no, my baby, you don't know how to do this. Because you just want to protect him.
From everything.
But then when you start to notice
that they doing
this
normal
little
stuff.
sucker, like he know exactly what he doing. He'll look me in the face and be like, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. He like, shut up. I'm gonna do it. And then he'll drop it anyway. And that was the day I realized you understand me.
Exactly.
Yes.
You understand me. And it drove me a little bit crazy because I was like, boy, I've been coddling you and you understood me.
Yeah, you see the world differently, but you think I'm a fool.
You think I see it differently. You think I'm a fool in your
mama
world. That's what it is. And I'm like, oh my God. But it's like when you get the little bit of support, right? Don't you feel like you've been resting for days? Like you just like...
No, I do.
Yes.
I'm not
It feels good.
Last weekend, my mother picked Zori up from school on Friday, y'all. I ain't have to get up and go pick no kid up. Y'all know I ain't wake up till 6 p.m. I didn't have to get up. I didn't have to make no dinner. I didn't have to do none of that. And then Saturday was her godfather's birthday celebration. I got to sit around and lay around and do whatever I wanted. I got to get myself
I
dressed
can't wait for that
when
day.
I wanted. It was so peaceful. I did not see my kid until when I went to go pick her up.
The child don't even remember. She
Wow.
was already that.
I went to go pick her up
Wow.
Sunday after work. Exactly, Sunday after work.
I wish I was you.
Let me tell you know what's my favorite part? When I get to like retreat to the room and act like I don't hear what's going on out there. That's like my best part. Like when I was home from work, I just start backing up like, okay. All right.
All right.
Y'all see me up
What the hell is on? Y'all figure it out. Now I locks the doors. Like when his dad is not over, I lock the door and he go in the room and he be tearing that room.
I'm not gonna lie, the downstairs. I know how to get in the room now, so I be thinking I retreated and got away, and then I turn around. I hear him at the door.
Locked in the room. He's like, mommy, BLI. I said, I'm gonna go watch your show. I sleep. Yo, kids will listen. I'm telling you, I'll be saying like, what was? I don't want no more. Remember that first clip I was saying? Maybe I want more. I don't want no more.
No. I'm good.
I'm good. I think I'm gonna be. I think
good.
if I have another baby, I'm about to be 33. I think I'm gonna have another baby around 40. I'm gonna be one of those moms because I cannot.
Exactly.
I cannot.
But then I'm like, it's like that. We fighting to get to that stage where the kids are big enough, and it's like then 40 again, and I got to do it again.
When I'm 40, Zori will be 15.
She could help. No.
She can make her own noodles.
I know you said you don't want to prioritize her. What's
no. When she listen. When they get that age and they see babies, most times they be wanting. They start
yes,
thinking
because I thought Maya was mine. I used to tell people she was mine. I was a little girl. I was not lying at the school.
No, I know we
like, that's not your baby.
I need to give her a sibling. I can't leave her in this world by
like
herself.
for me, I said I didn't want to have. I don't want to go through birth anymore. I'm too scared. I'm traumatized. I'm not giving birth.
That's why I said 40. It'll give me
Yeah,
time
I
to
don't
save
care
up
how
my
much
money.
people tell me try a different hospital. I don't got it.
Try a different hospital like your body ain't
Child, baby, it's still me. It's still me. I'm still here scared.
Right.
The hospital is not the problem. So, but I do have this idea that maybe I want to adopt. And it's because I've seen my mom raise so many kids from the foster care system. And I think I got that in me. And I want to do it, but I want to be able to focus on Kai a little bit more developmentally.
Of course.
But I don't want him to be alone either.
Yeah,
I don't want
he
to.
needs
I don't
people.
want him to be
He
alone.
needs people that's gonna advocate for him. Not to make this a
That's
sad
the
thing,
sad
but Nicole,
part, yeah.
one day you and Darnell
I
are not
won't
gonna
be
be
here.
here.
But that's
And
what
That's
makes
what I
me
think.
panic.
But
Yes, and
well,
he's
Zach
so-
got KJ. That's what
See,
I'm
that's the
saying.
thing.
Like,
And the thing is, like, I
Oh,
watch
yeah.
you and Darnell with Kai. He's gonna need somebody because y'all are his people for real, especially his dad. So he's gonna need.
He loves his dad.
So he's gonna need that companionship. So I really think like that's what I was thinking. Even if I don't have another baby or whatever, adoption. I've always said that. Like I've really been big on adoption. The reason why I kind of stepped back from adoption is because of TikTok and all the children that were adopted. They're on TikTok telling their stories.
Yeah,
and a lot of them
so I
did
do
not
know
like
some
being
very,
adopted.
very bad stories.
Yes.
And I
So
know
that's what
But
kind
you
of pushed me
know,
back a
what
little
I
bit.
would say is that's like I'm sure it's another topic
Yeah.
for another day. But I feel like sometimes it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they have this idea of what they wanted the family to be like that they got adopted into, and they didn't enjoy it. So then they say, "Oh, I didn't like it. It was bad, or it was." You know, and it's like, this
well, I
person
mean, I
probably
guess
thought they was doing all they could.
I seen
a lot of them
you.
are
I seen your
transracial.
mother.
Yeah.
I seen tough foster children. So
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay, I actually see somebody do right by the kids.
Yeah, but it's a lot of kids, people
I've
who
seen
don't.
people that
They
didn't
want
do
the
right
check.
kids.
Yes.
I've seen people allow things to happen to children, to those children in their households and
care.
stuff like that. So actually, Nicole's mother was like the one that I actually seen really foster children and take care of them and pour into their lives and they grow up. Whereas I seen some mothers just do it for the check.
Yes.
The foster care system is what leads to a lot of child homelessness. And a lot of child homelessness, we're talking about like teenage adolescents homelessness.
Okay.
We're not talking about like kids who live with their parents and they become homeless. I'm talking about teenagers and preteens and stuff like that who get kicked out of their homes.
Wow.
And this happens a lot in California. Skid Row. Skid
Yeah, I
Row
be watching
is
it.
filled with teenagers. It's not even grown adults that's homeless. It's the teenagers,
so
and it's because of their foster parents or just like their actual families kicking them out and leading it to child homelessness. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
His dad was
It's
like, he
time,
doesn't
yeah.
want to do it. Like, he don't like the experience that, he dealt with and what came out of it and stuff like that. Like, that's personal business, but he don't want to do it. So it's like, we always agreed, like, if we did have another child or we want another child, we would do it together because we don't want to have children with other people and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, I don't want Zed to be alone, but at the same time, it's like, do I want to have to deal with all of this again?
If we're in a different position financially.
If I'm rich with a mansion and
You
a
don't
nanny.
need to be rich. You just need to.
You
have
guys
the
need to
luxury of
watch
having a
this
nanny.
podcast so we can get rich.
Right. So that we can afford nannies. Because I think that
Right.
that extra help would be what we need. Because it's not like our children's fathers are not.
That's
there.
the thing.
It's
Because
not
I'm
like
not,
our
this
children's
is not, we
grandmothers
not
are
bashing
there.
daddies. Because you know the woman on the internet let her bash men. Daddies is good. We got good fathers in our
Yeah,
life.
that's what I'm saying. The clip the clip speaks to us on the terms of being just tired and overwhelmed.
Yes.
Not that we don't have
Because we got
the
good
support.
fathers.
We're
and we
fortunate
got good
enough to have
support.
God in that, yeah.
Thank God for that. But yes, we just trying to let you guys see our point of view. Because, it gets swept under the rug like, oh, she okay.
Because she
fine.
has this person.
Yeah, but no, sometimes ask me, am I okay? Like, and I thank God for my sisters because my sister, she just come and take the baby. Like, she don't ask me, am I okay? She be like, yeah, what's up? Hey, good. And she come for some time. And the thing is, I need that though. People don't understand how bad I need that. Even KJ's dad, he's been over at the house. He be in the front DJ and Zed go play with him. And I get to just sit and quiet. You don't understand how silence just feels so amazing just to sit there and it's not, Mama, or can you get this? Can I do that? And I just be sitting there like, wow, I miss silence. But
Well,
Life goes on.
Yeah.
No, like
And it'll
it's
get
better.
It gets.
Life
I was
gets
gonna say
better.
that, and
I
it
was
gets
saying
better, and it gets better.
Because we don't want
And it
life
gets
to go
easier,
on and it
yeah.
still keep the
And they
same
grow
pattern.
up, and
It
then
just
the
gets
same
better.
cycle.
One day it'll be years from now we'll be looking back like, remember when it was so
But it
small?
does not get easier because y'all, we're in our 30s and our mothers don't tell us, but I guarantee you they worry about us.
Oh yeah, my mother still worried about me. I'm a grown lady. She still worried about me. Now she got 2 more worries
Well,
about
your
me.
mother got a whole bunch of other.
No.
Not saying it like that, but she worried about all of y'all.
She got door to
Yeah, she worried about all of y'all.
Yeah.
All she got to do
She
is
got
worry.
son. So
She
she
ain't
got
got nothing else
Darnell.
to do. Well, Darnell is her. He more her
Her
son than I'm
bonus
her
son.
daughter.
That's her bonus son.
I think
okay?
I was adopted. I think we were switched at birth. Like I think that's what happened. But I believe that, like you said, life gets better. Motherhood gets better.
Mhm.
The journey is gonna be different every
year,
every day, every day, every month, every
second.
minute, every
Yes.
second. But we get through. And I think as long as we have this where we can sit and we can convene with each other and vent, laugh,
Talk.
cry,
Yep.
yell,
Right.
drink, I think that we need it. And
Yeah.
thank you for starting
Aww,
this
of
podcast.
course,
Yes. Appreciate
of
you.
course,
Because we
guys.
didn't, like, the more we do it, the more I realize
how much
We actually
we needed it and how good it feels when we leave from here after releasing what we felt. Even if
Definitely.
we just laughing, it felt good to sit and
felt
laugh
good.
with my friends.
When no baby
Yeah.
clothes, worries here, our other baby's here.
Yeah,
But
she's in
she
bed.
not bothering us.
Postpartum depression is not a character flaw or weakness. And I just wanted to tell you ladies that because sometimes we feel flawed, we feel like it's our fault, and it's literally our brain just doing what brains do. Our brain is an organ, and sometimes it may malfunction and just do other things, okay? But you are not flawed, you're not weak, you are just a mother having an experience, okay? So with that being said, if you guys are struggling, at the end of this episode, we are going to leave like some information for you guys because at any point you have any thoughts of harming yourself or your baby, please immediately seek help from your partners or your loved ones, just so that they can take your child away from you and not take them away, but just remove them from you so you can have a moment to yourself or whatever. We're gonna give you that information, and we really hope you guys enjoy this episode.
And we love you, and thank you for watching it, and we hope you guys like enjoy this, and this touches your hearts like it did ours, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.